recording. Okay, so I'm recording our session today. Okay, right. So as I was saying, those who had come last week for my class, although you are in Miss Shafina's class, then you would have you would have remembered that we did like a listening comprehension exercise. Okay, and it was something to do with transport, a kind of transport and stuff. So today we're going to do the same topic. It's on transport, but it's a reading comprehension exercise, and I think it's quite a simple one. But we'll do it together so everyone gets a chance to practice. Okay, and so before I start, I'm not sure, but some of you were here when I was giving a lesson on reading strategies. So can anyone recall maybe, or anyone just knows in general what kind of strategies do we have? Or maybe you can share your personal um, reading strategies. What
Miss,
do you
there were
think?
two, skimming and scanning.
Okay, yes, we had skimming and scanning. What else?
I don't remember the other.
Okay, yeah. Okay, if you are given a text to read, what would you how would you approach that text usually?
Well, if I'm given a text and some questions, I'm gonna read the questions first, and I'm gonna keep them in my mind what they want for answers, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
go through the comprehension or the text in like quickly scanning it through and then finding the specific answers of each questions.
Okay, good. So I like your method that you said you will read the questions first, and then when you
Yeah,
are reading the text, you are already looking for the answer.
yeah, it's because like back in school since I did A levels, that's how it should be done. Like that's how we used to do because we had very limited time. We had to do two comprehensions and other stuffs. That's why we used to look for the answers directly by reading the questions.
Ah, okay. Nice. Okay, well done. Well said, Fatima. Sorry, Anjuna, right? Which one do we usually call you?
Well, everyone calls me Fatima. Some does call me Anjuman. You can call me
Alright.
Fatima.
Okay. Either one. Sometimes I get confused. Okay. So today we're actually going to do a reading session. Hold on, let me share. Okay, the full screen version. Right. So if you don't already know me, my name is Roshini, and then I'm from Malaysia. I think I've met some of you in your class sometime last year, right? Okay. So let's continue. First, I think I've shown this to the class last week, but can you remember what it was called? Can anyone maybe try spelling it out in the chat? You can also type your answers in the chat. Can you recognize? Can you remember what it was called? Okay, I'll give you a clue in the chat. It starts with an S. So any ideas? No?
See? No.
No? Okay, it starts with an S. No ideas. Okay, never mind. So, Fatima, you can't remember. You were here last week.
That's the thing I forgot. What is it
You forgot
called?
also. Okay. It's actually a segue. It's
Oh, yes.
something where you, yeah, yeah. So you stand on this, right? Like you stand 2 feet on it, and you kind of need to balance. You need to like balance on it or something, and then it will actually move. I'm not sure how it operates, but it will move. All right, so yeah, it's for people who don't want to walk. All right, let's look at the next thing I want to do with you. Okay, so we are going to read about some unusual. Okay, we're going to read about some unusual types of transport from around the world. Okay, and so you're going to actually look at this list here. Okay, before I show you the text, I want you to look at this type of unusual transport, which is the Segway that I showed you just now. Okay, the one on the earlier page. Let me just show it to you again. Perhaps I shouldn't have separated it from the thing. Yeah, so actually we're gonna fill in the blanks, and the blanks are actually, the sentences are actually about this Segway. All right, yeah, so this is the word. See, it's even trademarked. The name of it is trademarked. So let's try and complete the sentences. It is an unusual transport, right? So what do you think the answers are? Do you know that you can actually annotate, you can actually write on my screen as well? And like, if you know how to do it, if you're using a computer. But otherwise, you can just share what you think the answers are. So I think the A, for A, it's an
Is
easy one. Yeah,
yeah, it's called a Segway. It's a
yeah, I've already.
self-balancing, unlike
Mhm.
a bicycle.
Okay, good. Self-balancing. All right.
And it is used in various countries by the police, security personnel, and tourists.
All right, good. Because it's all okay. Okay, Fatima, maybe you can give us an idea. How do you know that this one is police?
It's
What is the
because,
clue?
well, security, that's why. Yeah,
Okay, you saw the word security. All right, that's one. But you can also see that the examples here, this is an occupation, and
yeah,
tourists, or maybe it's more like it's referring to people, right? Some kind of people, tourists, and then security personnel. So this must be also like another kind of group of people, maybe. So you know that's the reference. And there's a comma here. Okay. Okay. What about D? It is
Battery powered electric vehicle.
okay.
Powered.
Very good. Thank you. One for the boys, for the gents, the gentlemen. Thank you. What about this one?
it's American. It was invented by an American called T.
American. All right. In 2001, were you all born by then? I
Yeah,
think so, right? Most of you are much older.
no,
So it's quite new. No, some of you not older. You
no,
you're born after.
this is way, yeah, I'm born after. This is way before me.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, okay. To me, I feel like this is quite new. All right. So anyway, I'll screenshot the slides so you can refer to the answers later as well. Okay, I'm gonna clear this part of the screen. Okay. Now let's look at the second part. Okay, so now answer these questions about a segue. Like, these are just pre-reading questions. It's for you to have, sort of activate the RAM in your brain, to make your brain work process faster. So usually we sort of think about the topic before we actually start reading about it. So it helps our brain to accept it better. Okay. So this is simple. How many of you? Okay, let's just do this on the Zoom reaction. You can actually just, you know how to use the reaction? Like, you can raise your hand, or you can give me a thumbs up emoji. Have any of you seen a Segway?
Ah, okay.
No? Yeah, Anjul, what, Fatima?
I have seen a Segway back when I was in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay. So would you like to drive a Segway? Maybe for anyone.
No,
I've seen it only in movies. I've not seen it in real life. So yeah. Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you want to
because
drive it?
since it runs on battery, it might die at some point, and I would have to charge it again and ride it again. That's why.
Okay. Okay. What about the gentleman? Anyone want to share? If you would be interested to ride a Segway? Any of the gentlemen here? Hmm? No?
I have
Sufyan,
seen
is
it
it? Oh,
movie
yes,
and
Nayan. Hmm.
yeah.
You have seen one? Would you like to? Would you have had the chance to drive one?
I know. I don't know.
No, don't know. All right. Okay. Okay. Fine. So, these are just brainstorming ideas, but we don't really have so much time. So I'm going to move on to the questions. Yeah. If you ever had the chance, I mean, we have different countries have different traditional vehicles, right? So I think in Asia also we have lots of that, different vehicles. Okay, let's look at the comprehension text now. So we're going to read about three or four different vehicles. All right. First one is a traghetto in Venice. Okay, my pronunciation may not be that great because these are very foreign names of transportation. All right. So we're gonna the introduction here. It says getting around abroad doesn't have to be all about cars, trains, buses, and bikes. Okay, from cruising Peru's lake Titicaca on a boat made of reeds to flying down the streets of Madeira in a wicker toboggan. Okay, all very weird names, right? Or taking an odd horse-drawn carriage in Pakistan. There are so many unusual types of travel to be tried. So here are some of the best. Okay, so we're going to look at the traghetto in Venice. Anyone want to volunteer? How about a gentleman today? Any
Yeah,
of the
I
guys?
can. How can
Okay,
I
sure,
help?
Nayan, yes, please. Just this part here from along the 3.5 km. Is it clear for you?
Start from here
Here,
along the
this, yes, this part. Yeah.
along the 3.5 kilometers
3.5
stretch of Venice Grand Canal. There are just three bridges.
bridges.
So how do you get across by traghetto?
Mhm.
Of course,
Okay. The unglamorous,
un skill
glamorous,
the unglamorous
fiddler,
sailing of the gondola.
gondola. These no frills,
Gondola. This is no frills. Boats get passenger from one side of the canal
canal. To the other.
to the others for a very small fee. You can pick
Okay.
up
Mhm.
traghetto,
Mhm.
meaning
Meaning,
ferry in Italian, from any of the seven piers long along the canal.
okay.
Just look for the yellow sign pointing you toward the landings. Each boat is rowed by two
Two
oarsmen,
oarsmen. Yeah.
oarsmen, one at the bow and one behind the passenger, as in a gondola. If you want to ride like a Venetian, do not sit down for the short journey.
Okay, well done. Well done. Neon, right? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Down.
Okay, well done. See? So, yeah, sometimes it's tiring to read it out loud, but you see, you can do it actually, right? Slow and steady. All right. So, yes, everyone, you should give Neon a clap. Do you know how to give clap reactions in Zoom? We
Bas
actually
mas.
have the reaction option. You can clap. Yeah, okay. See, a few of you know how to do it. You can also put a clapping emoji in the chat. I usually use it even to do it in the chat, so it comes out there. Yeah, so you can support. Ooh, so Neon, you've got a heart from one of your classmates. See, yes, you need to support one another. Be supportive to your classmates. So Neon was very brave. He volunteered. Now let's look at the questions. Okay. Um, yes. So the first round, I did not follow Fatima's strategy of reading the questions first because I wanted to practice some, reading just for the fun. Sometimes we just want to read for enjoyment. It's doing questions always like boring sometimes, right? Okay, but anyway, we can't escape from this part. So let's look at the questions. Which look at the keywords of in the question. Okay, which other transport method is the traghetto compared to? So it's compared to something. It's compared to some other transport method. So that's your keyword that you need to look for. So probably when you get a question like this, in your brain, you need to ask yourself, what kind of word am I looking for as an answer? So since they
Uh,
asked which, yes, Fatima.
oh, I was gonna answer like the
Oh, you
question.
already telling me the answer. Okay, wait, before that, because I just want to give you some strategies. Okay, so you will think that okay, it's another transport, right? So you're definitely looking for a name of another vehicle, perhaps. All right. So Fatima, what was your answer gonna be?
The unglamorous sibling of the gondola. So, what traghetto is compared to gondola?
Okay, great. So where do you see this? Here, right? The
Yes.
unglamorous sibling of the gondola. So it's they are calling the traghetto a sibling, like the gondola's
Yeah.
brother or sister. Okay, so we've got our answer. We know that a gondola is another vehicle mode of transport. Okay, great. So we get the answer that way. So when you are writing your answer, you can either say the gondola. Technically, you don't need to write a full long sentence. In senior stages, you don't need to write long sentences. Not like we're in primary school. Okay. What about B? B is asking, why might someone think you are a local if you stand up in a traghetto? So the clue here is going to be standing up in a traghetto, right? That's your clue. So how will you find the answer for this? Since this is a why question, so you need to give a reason, right? So you
Uh,
need to look for reason. Yes,
yeah.
yes, dear.
It's because
Where is it?
passengers get on such boats from to move from one side of the canal to the other side for a very small fee.
Mm,
Like that's
where are
how
you seeing
locals
that?
travel. It's just beside gondola, the circle one. These no frills boat get passengers from one side of the canal,
Okay. So these no frills.
and at the end it
Um,
does say do not sit down for the short journey. It's like
yes,
so short.
actually that's the one. That's the one. Do not sit down for a short
For the
journey.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, actually the clue is just here. If you want to write like, if
Ah,
you want to write like a Venetian, that means like a local person, don't sit down for the short journey. It means probably that so you need to actually, this is, remember we had a lesson on inferencing where you need to actually turn this around. So it actually means that local people, so this part, okay, actually mean that local people don't actually sit down during the ride or during the trip, right? Because of this part. So it's not directly telling you, but it's kind of there, and you need to sort of you get what I mean? Infer. So actually, this is actually a good example of making an inference, and it's very very indirect, right? So why might people think you are local if you, sorry, eh, sorry, if you want to ride, something is wrong with the text, or am I reading it wrong because it's too late at night? Do not sit down for the short journey. Oh yeah, okay. So they are asking you in the opposite manner, but actually that's what they mean, right? They will think you are a local if you stand up. That means you're not sitting down. So how would you answer this based on the inference you've made here?
okay, why might someone
Hmm.
think you are a local if you stand up in a tragado? Someone might think you're a local because you're not sitting down for the short journey.
Yeah, okay, you could say that, or you could actually even just take this as well. I'm just gonna take the same thing. Maybe local people, something like usually don't um or usually stand uh in a, okay, during the journey, something like that. There can be many ways of you putting it. You can also just put in this answer directly. I'm just giving different ways of wording the sentence. That's all. Okay. So yeah, I like that you all have the idea. This one is a bit more indirect, right? Okay. So I'm gonna just screenshot this. It will come up on the screen. For now, okay, I'm gonna clear this and I'm gonna move on to the next tab. Okay, we've got only about like a bit more than 5 minutes left, so I think it'll be just nice to do this one. Now, in the second test, we follow Fatima's strategy where we'll read the question first, identify the keyword, and then we'll read the text. So let's look at the questions. And you tell me, what do you think are the keywords? How can you spend less money in Pakistan? What do you think is the keyword here? Anyone? Ideas? You can type in the chat also if you want to. Oh, can you all hear me, or am I
Yes, Miss. Sorry.
disconnected? Can.
Uh,
Oh, okay,
yeah, how
sure.
can
No,
you?
because my Wi-Fi was blinking, so I wasn't sure.
Okay,
Okay,
so the first
transport.
question
Okay,
is how can you spend less money in Pakistan? And it's at the very beginning of the text. Save yourself a few dollars in Pakistan and ride on a tanga.
okay. So you've already given me the answer. Okay, I was actually looking at the keyword here in the
Oh,
question, but that's all right. That's all right. No worries. So yeah, spending less money. So the keyword is about spending less money first. What about D? What are the disadvantages of riding in a tanga? Which is the keyword here? in the question. Okay, so the keyword will be disadvantage of riding, right? We are talking about a tanga anyway, so that's your keyword. You're looking for the negative things and you need to find 2 points. Okay, so now very quickly you can skim through. We don't really have time for another reading, but yeah, skim through. And I think Fatima has told me the first answer already. So which one was it again? Spend less money?
Yeah, like,
Because it
yeah,
starts
save
with save
yourself few
yourself a few
dollars.
dollars. Okay, so you can know that this connects. Saving a few dollars is equal to spending less money. So how do you spend less money? How would you put the answer as?
Ride on a tanga. That's the answer.
Okay, ride on a tanga. All right, that's fine. Great. So you got your answer. Okay, the
Miss, you're
the
lagging.
disadvantages. Oh, I am. Okay.
Okay, not now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe a wave was passing us. Brainwave. Okay. Disadvantages. Two details. Two disadvantages.
The
What
first
do you all
one
see?
is sore bottom on a long journey, and they're not the speediest way to travel.
Okay. Sore bottom. Yep. And not the speediest way. Okay. Very good. Very good. How do you convey this part into the
I
answer? You
guess
can't
for
really write
this,
sore bottom. Yeah.
or we can write that not exactly designed for comfort.
Okay. Nice. I like that. It is not exactly designed
Designed for
for comfort. Yes, that's a nice phrase. And okay, and the second one,
not the speediest way to travel.
you can actually just convert that to say it is slow
Yeah, it is
or it
slow.
is a slow mode to travel, something like that. Or you
Yeah.
can even just say it is slow. That's also fine. All right. See, so sometimes we cannot directly take the answer, the original text, and put it in. We need to like convert it a little bit. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna clear this because so fast our time runs out, right? But it's so great that everyone made it today. So what I'm gonna do is later I will put up the text. Actually, I'm almost done. I only have like just two more vehicles, but we can do that on Thursday because I'll be having another class on Thursday with you, with the same group, and we can do the remaining two more interesting ones. So we'll have more practice there. Okay. So well done to everyone for coming in today. And yeah, I'm so proud of you all. Any last questions before our time rounds out?
No, miss, no
Anything
questions.
else? No? All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we can round up the session because our time is already coming to an end. But yeah, it's been great meeting you all today, and we will meet again on Thursday. Okay? So Thursday same time, same link. As many of you can join us. All right. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night,
Thank you. Good night.
miss.
All right. Good night. Good night. Thank
Assalamualaikum.
you.